Alright, so we are back here. I am taking a break from trying to figure out the door situation underneath. We are up here because I decided that what I want to do is I want to create light access. I basically want to terraform all of this all the way down to where the level is so it can view light. Because what I also want to do is move my farms down there to where I don't have to come all the way up here for my farms and go all the way back down. It's just easier to have everything in one location. And then what I might end up doing is terraforming all of this into water. That might be a good idea. And then what I can do is I can build, like in that little mountain right there, we can build our horse stable, and then maybe right over here we can put our llamas. I think that's a good idea. But we have to be careful though, because hoppers are right here. So anyway, I had started lining it up. As you can see, I've also gotten a little area, I don't know where it's at, up here done. As you can see, we have a lot of terraforming to do. A lot of land to take apart. And we have this little area right here. And this is all the resources I got from this little area. Yeah. So, we're going to end up taking basically this whole side down, and then we will come back and terraform this so it looks a little better, so it's not just looks like I basically cut into the cliff, which I actually did. So I'm not going to do this all on camera, obviously, because it's boring. And let's throw that egg, and it disappeared. So I'm going to have some, I guess, progress updates as I do this. That way you guys just don't have to sit here and watch me dig for the next 12 hours. Because that's probably how long it's going to take. So let me get going, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, we're back, so we got a little bit of progress done here. Yeah. So basically, did two things. The first thing I did was I went to all my corner points, and I dug straight down. So that way I know where I'm going. The second thing I did is I made a little bed, and I put some chests there. Because running down there every time is gonna start to get old after a little while. So let me clear out a little bit more area, and I will get back to you guys. Okay, so here's the thing. I think I'm gonna let that creeper help me out here a little bit. So first, we just kind of hi, boo, and he destroyed one block. Alright, back with a little update here. As you can see, we got this one little section done, and that's a long way down. Yeah. So we got a long way to go. As you can see, we got all of this that goes all the way up to there. It's gonna be a while. I'm gonna get a lot of resources out of this. So, but anyway, yeah, I started with the glass because I had a little bit left, and yeah, it's not gonna work. But anyway, I have to make a lot of glass. Good thing we brought a lot of sand back from our little desert area. So I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll see you guys in a little bit and get another update. Alright, so we are back with a little bit of an update here. I think we got a good chunk of this done. Now, obviously that looks horrible, so we will have to take care of that. And I end up having to make more chests because, yeah, we got a lot of stone here. So actually, let me, I don't need you, or you, or you, or you. So, yeah. So as you can see, we are pretty much down to the level where we set our bed and chest at. So we have, where are we at? We are at 82. We have to go down to 65. So, 16 more levels. So that ain't too bad, considering we started way up there in some places. So yeah. So I have to repair both of my shovel and my pickaxe. So let me do that. Well, luckily I didn't have it repaired too many times. Now it's going to start getting expensive soon. I do have more axes and stuff like that. I just haven't, you know, so there's Fortune 3 and Efficiency 4. So, I mean, we got backup axes for when this starts to get too expensive. Not axes, pickaxes, sorry. We have backups for when they get too expensive, so I'm not really worried about it. We do have a long way to go yet, so we will see what happens. I also had a new method of doing this. What I was doing, as you could see, what I first started doing was I was going to do this like a section at a time and just dig all the way down. But I found it seems to go a little bit faster if I go a layer at a time. This way I can just kind of spam. And it seems to, I don't know which way is more efficient. I mean, obviously going into like a world editor and just deleting everything would be more efficient, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, I will admit I have been tempted at times to do that, you know, especially with projects like this, but it would take away from the fact that, you know, I said in the beginning of this that I wouldn't use any kind of cheats, and I consider that a cheat. You know, if this was creative and I was just, you know, building, yeah, that'd be a different story. But this is survival. And, you know, like I said in the very first episode of this, I told you guys it would be 100% survival. There's no commands, no cheats, nothing. And I've stayed true to that so far. Temptation has definitely risen. Working on those bigger projects, or like when I was low in resources. I mean, there were times, you know, back when I first started getting my diamonds and everything, when I didn't really have too many and tools started breaking, you know, I was tempted to go into Minecraft Edit and screw around and get myself a buttload of diamonds, but I didn't. I found everything the hard way, and, you know, I take pride in that. Now, I'm not saying I'm a good Minecrafter or anything like that. I mean, my build quality is mediocre, and, you know, my skill level is probably even worse. But it's not, like, I don't care, to be honest. And why am I only running 20 frames a second? God, that's pathetic. I was saying, I don't have a beast computer. I mean, I do, but, like, I have older GPU. I am running, so if it shows it here, yeah, GTX 660s. I do have two of them, though, so, and they are the Signature 2 editions. So, unlike the regular 660s, these have 3 gig of video memory each. So, I mean, I really should be able to run Minecraft at 60 frames a second, which most of the time I do. I mean, one of the reasons, maybe my sorting system. I'm pretty sure I'm in line with that. It should be right over there. I might have a bunch of stuff going through that, so I don't know if that's it. I honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I've got 32 gig of RAM, so I've got plenty of memory. I've got an 8-core processor, so that's not the problem. And I even upped the allotment. I think by default Minecraft only allots like 2 gig of memory. I upped it to, I don't know, I picked a random number. What did I up it to? 8, apparently. So, I mean, I'm not 100% sure why my FPS is so low. I mean, I'm also not one of those guys that, you know, cares so much about it. I mean, it doesn't really make that much of a difference in Minecraft, in my opinion. But like, another thing that has me weirded out is like, one of the games I play frequently on here is Skyrim. And I have a lot of mods. I think I'm right around 75, maybe 80 mods, and most of them are visual. And I run Skyrim at 60 frames a second. So I'm not 100% sure what the root cause is. Now I am actually in the process of building another gaming rig. This one, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I really like it. But with the newer stuff that's out, I really wanted to try AMD's new 8-core Ryzen. They made that to compete with Intel's 10-core. So I'm excited to try that. Plus it's DDR4, and right now I'm only running DDR3. So I mean, I'm just anxious to upgrade, you know? I mean, isn't everybody? I built this machine, 2013, I think I built this. And I paid a pretty penny for everything. I mean, I did build it myself, and I didn't have to buy an OS, and I've upgraded it a little bit since then. When I first built it, I didn't have any solid-state drives in it because, and if anybody watching this is a computer geek, then you'll know that back in 2013, solid-state drives were ridiculously expensive, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for like an 80K solid-state drive. So it was kind of unheard of back then. So I just had, you know, regular hard disk drives. Well, you know, fast forward a couple years ago, I think I bought it last year actually, solid-state drives got a lot cheaper. So I ended up putting in 2 solid-state drives. I have one that my OS sits on. It's just I think it's like a 250. And then I have another solid-state drive for my games. So I've upgraded it a little bit, and like the good thing about my machine is it is a full tower. If you want to check it out, you can look at my gaming setup video. It's a little bit old. I have moved since then, so I don't know, maybe it's time for an update. But anyway, I will put the link to that in the description so you guys can check that out. But anyway, it's a full tower case, so I do have capability to just put new guts in there and I'm full. So let me go. So that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to keep my case, and I don't want to sleep. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so so I'm going to keep my case, and I'm just going to upgrade the internals. Now, switching from something that is DDR3 to DDR4 does require me to change motherboard, RAM, and all that stuff. So, I mean, I think I priced everything out. The Ryzen, I think, is like $400, which isn't bad. I mean, considering I don't know where that came from, but considering the competition of what it was supposed to be, the Intel 10-core, that's I think $1,800. Everybody has their own preferences. I love AMD personally. I do think Intel is much better suited for a server environment, something that requires a ton of resources. I think definitely Intel. I mean, don't get me wrong, AMD does have some good server chips out, but I don't think you can really beat the Xenons. I mean, they are impressive. So while I am a diehard AMD fan, I can respect Intel. So, but anyway, yeah, so I plan on putting a Ryzen in it. With it being DDR4, it can support a lot more memory. So I am going to go with 64 gig of RAM. Yes, I know that is more than I will ever need. Right now, I have more than I will ever need at 32. So before you guys get all huffy and puffy about it, yes, I am very well aware that that is a lot more than I will ever need. Again, I don't care. So I'm gonna go with the 64 gig of RAM. I think actually that's gonna cost me like $800 just for the RAM. So the more RAM you get, the more expensive it is. I think when I bought my 32 gig set of a DDR3, I think that ended up costing me like $300 or $400. And I would have gotten more, but AMD doesn't support as much RAM as Intel does. I know like that 10-core Intel processor will support up to 128 gig of RAM, which is freaking ridiculous, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 64. I am definitely upgrading my video cards. I am gonna go with the 1080 FTW 2.0s. So I think they are 6 gig each, or 8, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna run a SLI setup with those. Water. Ooh, little cavern here. Do we need to clear that out? We do not. We will eventually, though. So yeah, so I'm gonna have the Ryzen. It is gonna be liquid cooled. That is something else I'm gonna have to do because it's a different chipset, so my cooler won't fit. But right now what I have, I just have a self-contained cooling system just to cool the CPU. Because I do have it overclocked, so need that extra cooling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build myself a custom liquid cooling unit, or system rather. So this case has plenty of room for it, so I'm going to do it. I figure that'll cost, from what I priced everything, that doesn't include any like fittings or anything like that, because it's going to be hard to tell like where I'm going to be placing everything until I actually get the reservoir and the tubing and the blocks and all that. But I figure I priced it, it's going to be like $500. So it's going to be pretty pricey, but it is going to cool most of my system down. It's not going to be just for the CPU. I am going to be cooling hard drives that I'm putting in. I'm putting in a couple extra storage drives, and it's going to be cooling the processor. It's going to be cooling the memory, which I'm not sure if I'm going to overclock it yet or not. I haven't read too much about DD4 overclocking yet, so I might just wait on that. But fell. But I am definitely overclocking the CPU, so I'm definitely going to cool that. And I'm also going to be cooling the video cards. There is a cool company. They are Coolants. Sorry guys if I'm saying that wrong, but they make a ton of liquid cooling gear, which is actually where I'm going to be getting all of my setup. So I will link their website in the description. Sorry guys, I'm not like most YouTubers. I don't get discounts through people. I'm not popular enough for that, but definitely check them out though. They do some really awesome work. They got really good prices, and from what I've read, their shipping is good. So yeah, definitely give them a check out. So what's next? So I got that. Am I full already? No. So I covered that, and I'm wondering why I couldn't run. So I do have, like I said, the Cooler Master HAF series case. So it is a full tower case. Like I said, I have plenty of room, so I don't have to worry about buying another case. However, maybe Cooler Master does make a stackable system. Now the only problem with that is it is ridiculously expensive. Ghost Block, where you at? I think the case I liked with the setup that I would run, it would be like $500. Now, the reason it would be so expensive is because I would actually get 2 cases. Now, again, that is more space than I actually need. But one of the cool things that I could do, and I might as well empty my load while I'm here. I can put you in there. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, one of the cool things that I could do is I could have all of the cooling, all of the reservoir, the pump, all that, I could have that in the second modular case. Now, it's not a full, like the second case isn't a full one, it's only an itty bitty little thing, but it, like, the main case sits on top of it. So like all of the cooling, you can run to power. It's got room for a power supply, a ton of fans. It's actually really nice. I will link that too as well, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Because I'm pretty horrible at explaining things, I think. So I'll put that in the description. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I just, I wanted to have that little chat real quick while I thought about it. See what happens when I ramble on. Anyway, so as you can see, we're making pretty good progress here with this dig. So I'm hoping, I don't even know a time frame, but I'm hoping it'll have done soon. So let's actually look down and see how far we have to go yet. Pretty far. A little bit further than I thought it was. So anyway, so I'll make more progress and I will get back and hopefully we can get started on something else. Here we are back repairing it. We're up to 11 now. So okay, so we're up here overlooking our little farming area, and I wanted to show you guys what I've accomplished so far. Now, I went ahead, I was going to keep doing updates and everything, but it would have taken this episode 20 years. So I want to go ahead and finish it. Now, I have been digging out and placing blocks for the past, I don't know, 5 hours. So this took a lot of work, and I am still not done. I've got the area all cleared out. The only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't done the terraforming to make it all look good. So basically it's just a big open flat area right now. So yeah, voila. This is going to be the where all the farms are going to be. I'm going to have melon, pumpkin, sugarcane, wheat, carrots, potatoes. I don't know what's going where yet, but that's where they're going to go. So the way I'm going to terraform this is basically like this is going to be like a little peak between the two, and then I'm going to kind of terraform this area right here so it kind of peaks down to right there, and then this is all going to like peak up to here. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but let me sleep real quick because it's nighttime, and nighttime is scary time. So yeah, that is the end of this episode. Now this actually does go underneath me here, but I wanted to leave this up because I didn't want to dig all this out and then have to pillar back up. So this is where the wall is, so as you can see you got a little more space here. So yeah, and I think this is going to look really good once we make this all water here. I'm going to take out all the way to that tree line. Probably come back to about right there, come around. This is all going to be water. We will move our boathouse to like right here. Actually, we'll probably put it right there. Yeah, we'll put it right there. Stable here. Stable here. And then we have a little fish area. Yeah, I think this is pretty good here. That was a poor attempt on a lava area. I tried to make something like I could have an endless supply of lava, but it didn't work out. So the next thing I gotta do is I gotta not do that. Oh, I didn't die. I have to place my glowstone which I got with me. Oh, that worked out pretty good. I'm not going to worry about lightening that up yet. So, I haven't figured out how I'm going to... Actually, I don't think it really matters if mobs spawn on here, but what I think I'm going to do anyway is I'm going to create like a little, like maybe 1 or 2 tile high wall to put right here, just on the outside, just to keep them from wandering in here. Again, I don't think it really matters, but just to be safe. So... ran into this little area here. This is behind my storage system. So eventually I will wall that in. So well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we have a lot more fun planned. So tune in next time, and we'll see what we do next. So see you later.